In this demo, I'm going to show how to create a rigid body simulation. So the first thing I will do is create something to capture a series of objects that are going to fall down. So to do that, I'm going to tab into edit mode. Let's press 3 to select faces, choose that top face, press I, and drag that into inset. Let's go to side view, turn on X-ray, and then press E to extrude down. Press tab to go to object mode. Now I've got something to capture those objects. So let's go ahead and create some. If I press Shift A here, go to Mesh and choose Icosphere, and create a bunch of these spheres. So let's scale this down and Control A to bring up the Apply menu and choose Scale to apply that scale. And now I want to create an array of objects. So I'm going to go to Modifiers and go to Add Modifier Array. And let's add 50 objects, but we're going to stack them vertically by making the X factor 0 and the Z factor 1.1. And that will create a little bit of space in between the objects in a vertical column. And now we want to apply this. Okay, now that we have this applied, we can go ahead and tab into it, press A, select everything, and press P. Now we want to separate by loose parts. So that separates all the spheres out. Let's press tab to go to object mode. And we have all these spheres, but there's too many to keep track of, so let's put those in a collection. Go ahead and right click, move to collection. Create new collection here. Call this spheres or whatever you want. And now you can see we can quickly control and select those spheres. All right, so now we want to add the actual simulation to the scene. So what we can do is choose our container down here and go ahead and go to the Physics tab, click on Rigid Body. Under Type, choose Passive, and under Collisions Shape, choose Mesh. And that will make it so that the objects can actually go past this top portion of the object. Okay. So what we have to do now is, before we set up rigid body, we want to relocate all of the origin points. You can see they're all located down here. So right click on your collection, choose select objects, go to object, set origin, origin to geometry, and that corrects all the origin points. Now that that's done, shift select the last one here. Go ahead and click on rigid body to add that rigid body. The default is fine. Now we need to copy that rigid body to all the other selections. Let's go to object, rigid body, copy from active. And now it will go ahead and add rigid body settings to all the other objects. Let's just check that they're added here, see that they're here. And let's test it. So just press play here. And it works. So if you want to have this animation without having to recalculate and resimulate every time, that's easy to do. Just go ahead and go to the scene settings, open up rigid body world, and then under cache, go ahead and click current cache to bake. Now when you drag this back and forth, it doesn't have to do any resimulation, and you can go ahead and render.